Call to the booth. We got our Super Bowl edition, man. We're gonna bring in a Hall of Famer, my dog, Rod Woodson. We're gonna run some prop bets, man. And of course, we gotta talk JG, man. Getting up out of there in LA, man. Call to the booth. Let's get it. Drop that beat, Paul. Call to the booth. It's our Super Bowl show. But before we get to the best chip in the world, the best Super Bowl on paper ever, before we get to that, man, we got some quarterback shit going on, Harrison, man. Hey, and Deshaun Watson ain't playing no games.
Deshaun Watson is not playing any games. Yes, as you alluded to in our open, we have Rod Woodson coming up, prop bets and all that going on. But Deshaun Watson has made it be known through intermediaries. There's been some reports on Tuesday that he is willing to sit out the entire 2021 NFL season if he's still a member of the Houston Texans. A lot's been going on, Aqib, and you and I talked about this before. What's your initial reaction?
Man, I think he think the owner racist. So he just like, nah, I don't care who you bring in. It's not playing for him. You know what I'm saying? He's just not rocking with him. And I think he racist. So he don't want to play over there. You know what I'm saying? And man, it might be a bad thing for Houston. It might not be a bad thing for him. You know what I'm saying? They trade him. They get a bunch of pieces for him with an early draft pick, and they can get their hands on what's my guy from BYU?
Let's see.
What's my guy name?
BYU.
He the truth. He the truth now. What's his name, Paul?
Wilson. Zach Wilson.
Zach Wilson. Now if they can get their hands on Zach Wilson, you know what I'm saying? It's he got that same Deshaun Watson aspect to him. He could move around. He could run. He a highlight reel. You know what I'm saying? So if you can get a dog receiver and you can get a nice little package on top of that, you can get an early draft pick, and you get your hands on a guy like him, it might not be bad for Houston. It might work out for both teams, man. So it's over, basically. If Deshaun say not the whole year, he ain't playing no game. So that relationship is pretty much over, man. So now it's all about them getting the most they can get for Deshaun.
Much has been made about the head coaching openings throughout the NFL, and Eric Bieniemy did not land that Houston Texans job, which is something that you said should happen if they wanted a better chance to not just perform well, but keep Deshaun Watson. So they hired David Culley. I imagine if I'm Deshaun Watson, that hiring, even though Culley is a Black individual, a Black head coach, it wasn't inspiring, one, because of his age, and two, because he came from the Baltimore Ravens as an assistant head coach and passing game coordinator. And while, you and I have great admiration for what the Ravens have done and Lamar Jackson, I don't think the passing game from the Baltimore Ravens is inspiring a guy like Deshaun Watson. Am I reading that right?
You're reading that exactly right. It's nothing sexy or enticing about that. You know what I'm saying? Ain't that hire not going to make Deshaun stay? I mean, the best thing about it is, like you say, African American. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know. I don't know what maybe they like his leadership. Maybe he came in talking just like Harbaugh. He had the same speech as Harbaugh. Maybe the owners like that, and that's why they hired him. But definitely not going to make Deshaun stay, man. That's he trying to take his game to the next level, right? And he trying to find a partner. He trying to get married with an offensive coordinator who's going to help him do that. So I don't know if Culley going to help him do that, man.
Yeah, and so who knows how another quarterback switching or another quarterback in a new location could help their team as well. As you know, and your connections to the Rams, we're gonna lean on that for a little bit here. Matthew Stafford is now assuming going to be the starting quarterback for the LA Rams. Jared Goff is out of town. The full details: Matthew Stafford to the Rams. The Lions got Jared Goff, a 2021 third-round pick, a 2022 first-round pick, a 2023 first-round pick, which pretty much is going to seem like the kind of offer that the Texans are going to require if they are going to move Deshaun Watson.
They dropped the house.
More. Yeah, if not more.
Right.
Have you talked to anybody in the Rams organization, any former friends on the team still, or anybody connected to them? Can you give us a sense of where everybody is at with the move?
I mean, I haven't talked to anybody over there. I usually would too. I don't know. I've been cooped up in this house, but I haven't talked to nobody. But me, from just the outside looking in, man, I was in the building for a little while. I just don't think they thought Jared Goff was going to improve any much more. You know what I'm saying? Like, he been kind of at that same level. Not saying it's a bad level. You know what I'm saying? It was decent, but he kind of been at that same level for the last 3 years now. You know what I'm saying? The turnovers really didn't improve. Like, you know what I'm saying? That's one of the things on Jay-Z, turn that ball over, fumbles and stuff. So that didn't really change or nothing. So I just feel like they didn't think Jay-Z was going to improve much more. You know what I'm saying? So they wanted somebody who can get them over that hump, man. Jay-Z not like a super vocal guy. He's not like super leader of the building. You know what I'm saying? And that's your personality. That's not going to change, because that's really just not the guy he is. You know what I'm saying? So maybe they wanted a more veteran, a more vocal, a more, you know what I'm saying, hands-on type of leader. And that's why they made the move. But I don't know. I ain't checking no temperatures, man. I ain't asked nobody. I ain't hit my dogs up and see what they think about it. But I don't know. I don't know if they're gonna be too mad, because shit, they be mad at Jay-Z too. They know they need Jay-Z to get them over that hump, man. So if they believe in Matt Stafford to get them over that hump, then they probably like the move. I mean, like I said, it's a business, man. Ain't nobody worried about no friends. You ain't worried about your friend leaving the team in the NFL. That's just not what we there for.
I want to talk about what Matthew Stafford can bring to the LA Rams. But we have had Jared Goff on the show. It's actually our first show for week one. When you do see him, or when you do get in contact with him, because you're a guy who switched teams too, what are you going to say to him when you do have the opportunity? Yeah, to Jared, when the next time you get a chance to really chop it up with him.
I probably just, you know what I'm saying, tell him, man, control what you can control. You know what I'm saying? Never. I'm gonna tell him what my mama always tell me. You never put a question mark where God put a period. So you in Detroit now. Who knows how that thing gonna go, man? They might end up drafting Devontae Smith or something, you know what I'm saying, and start going crazy. He might have the best weapons he ever had in his life, you know what I'm saying, with those draft picks. So who knows, man? You never know. You never know. So just be where your feet at and play ball, man. And you never know. You might have an outstanding year, and who knows? Anything can happen, man. So just be where your feet at. Be where your feet at. It's the league. We done seen Detroit at the top of the league before. So bring them back up there.
Embrace your positioning. Embrace your he still has an opportunity to be a starting quarterback in the NFL.
Exactly.
And that's,
you still make 28 million, 30 million a year. So you ain't too mad. As long as that check don't change, you ain't too mad.
Yeah, the check always gonna cash. All right, Matthew Stafford. You've seen him before in the league. You obviously know his game well. What does Matt Stafford offer to the LA Rams that Jared Goff wasn't giving them?
I don't know. I don't really know what is he gonna protect the football? I mean, I'm not no stat guru on how many times he fumbled and picks. I don't know. But if I was to do a prop bet off the top of my head right now, I would say he's not too far behind Jared Goff when it comes to turning that football over, man. So I don't know. I think he's gonna provide the biggest thing he can provide. I don't think it's on the field, or I don't think it's the play. I think it's just the leadership, man, as far as being a vocal leader, holding himself accountable, leading by example, you know what I'm saying? And just being a positive person, always, almost like a coach, man. He kind of his vibe is going to almost be like Sean McVay, like always up, you know what I'm saying? And just a great leader, man. So maybe that's what they're missing. Maybe they got that on defense. Maybe they need a guy who like that on offense, and it's really not a super vocal leader on the field for the Rams. I mean, when J.G. was out there, I mean, Big Witt is a leader, but I mean, he a left tackle. He's just not. They have the wide outs. They don't got it. It's the running backs. It's not one guy who's like a Tom Brady or like a Patrick Mahomes or like a Lamar or like a Deshaun. It's not just a super leader on that offense, man. So maybe that's what he feel like they was missing, and I feel like that's what Matt Stafford could bring to that table.
A bunch of things can happen in the offseason, but right now, and before we go to break, right now, real quickly, team most likely to win the NFC West next year?
The West next year, I'm gonna go with the Cardinals. I'm gonna go Kyler. Kyler, he got super close again this year, man. That injury, that if he wouldn't have had that ankle injury, they was finna slide in 5th seed or something. He was gonna be in them playoffs, man. So I think that injury kind of fucked him on that back end, man. So I like them. They got a nice draft pick, 15, 16 or something like that. I seen Bucky Brooks a little mock draft. He had Devontae Parker dropping all the way to them. I definitely don't know what the hell Bucky thinking, but if that was to happen, if Devontae, he the best, damn near the best player in the draft, in my opinion. Him and Jamar Chase, they like this as far as non-quarterbacks. But if he was to drop all the way to 15, 16 and go to the Cardinals, oh my God, I love that situation. I absolutely love that situation. So I'm gonna go with the Cardinals, man. I think they do. My dog Pat P, he do to get in the playoffs, man. I think next year be their year where they win the division and slide in 2nd or 3rd seed or something like that.
It sounds like you've been doing your NFL draft research, huh?
I watch TV, it's bottom line, you know what I'm saying? I'm just regular TV watching and shit, nothing major.
I hear that. Okay, so before we go to break, Matthew Stafford, 10 interceptions, 2 fumbles. Jared Goff, 13 interceptions, 5 fumbles. So Stafford with slightly better numbers and more than likely.
How many games Stafford missed?
Ooh. He has been an Iron Man. He has played through a lot of injuries.
He played 16 this year.
Oh, he played 16?
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh, that's solid. 2 fumbles, 10 picks. That's solid.
Yeah, for sure. When we come back, Hall of Famer Rod Woodson, the all-time leader in pick sixes. We talked about that and more. Prop bet, Super Bowl preview. You know what time it is. Call to the booth. We'll be right back.